Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Tejpal Deva, faculty at Central University of Haryana. Our today's module is microbiology of industrial effluents and their treatment. The primary objectives of this module are to understand the status of industrial effluents in India, to understand about the types and sources of industrial effluents, to gain knowledge about general effluent treatment processes, and to understand the role of microbial communities in treatment of industrial effluents. Effluent or wastewater is polluted water that contains harmful liquid, solid or gaseous compounds, may lead to a contamination of surface or underground waters. It is estimated that in India about 13,500 millions of liters per day industrial wastewater is produced and only about 8,000 MLD is treated in existing effluent treatment systems. Hence, only 60% of effluent is processed and remaining 40% effluent is not processed due to lack of adequate effluent treatment facilities. There is a large gap between the generation of effluent and its treatment. Remaining wastewater is directly goes to natural water resources and cause negative effects to the ecosystem and humans' life. The Clear Water Act has standard for the acceptable discharge of a amount of contaminants into water bodies. However, most of the developing nations industries not following these industries not following these guidelines properly due to financial concerns and lack of strict regulatory guidelines. Industrial effluents, sources and characteristics. Wastewater or effluents are originated from various industries, consist of both organic and inorganic substances. The organic waste such as solvents and cleaning fluids, pesticide residues, dissolved residue from fruit and vegetables, lignin from pulp and paper industries, etc. However, the exact composition and characteristics of effluent depends on their sources from they generated. Major effluent sources. Industries which use large amounts of water in their processes include food processing, chemical manufacturing, steel plants, textile, etc. Effluent characteristics. Characterization of effluent is essential for an effective and economical effluent treatment and management. It is useful in the extent of treatment with choice of a suitable treatment method. Physical and chemical. Effluent consists of approximately 99% water and 1% inorganic and organic materials. Soluble means sugar, amino acids, fatty acids, alcohol and inorganic ions, and suspended form like cellulose, lignocellulose, proteins, fats and several particulate inorganic materials. Depending on the amount of total solids, the effluent can be grouped high strength means more than 500 ppm, medium strength means ranging from 200 to 500 ppm and weak strength less than 200 ppm. Though the actual physical and chemical composition of effluent largely depends on their sources from they produced. Industrial effluent contains following types of physical impurities: total solids, all the matters that remains as residue upon evaporation as 103 to 105 degrees Celsius, composed of floating matter, settlable matter, colloidal matter and matter in solution. In this figure, you can see the classification of total solids present in industrial effluents. Total solid can be grouped into two groups: total suspended solids, total dissolved solids, total dissolved solid further volatile, fixed, total suspended solids, non-settlable, settlable, settlable, volatile, fixed and non-settlable, volatile and fixed. Odor due to either odorous compound or compounds that generate during the process effluent treatment. Temperature. The temperature of industrial wastewater is very important factor since it affects the aquatic life and can change the rate of chemical reaction or process during the treatment process. Color. It varies according to the type of industry from where it is discharged. Turbidity. It indicates the quality of effluent discharge and natural water in respect to colloidal and residual suspended matter. In this table, you can see physicochemical characteristics of industrial effluent. All the in this table, you can see physicochemical characteristics of an industrial effluent. This is only a suggestive table. Chemical. Industrial wastewater contains following types of inorganic and organic materials. Inorganic matters includes as nitrogen, sulfur and heavy metals which are produced mainly in the coal and steel industry. Organic material, most organic waste are generated by pharmaceuticals, cosmetic, textile, complex chemical industries, food and dairy industries and leather industries, contaminating water bodies and increases biochemical oxygen demand, which is simply called BOD, and chemical oxygen demand, which is called COD. Biological oxygen demand, the amount of dissolved oxygen needed by microorganisms for the aerobic breakdown of organic content present in effluent or wastewater at a certain temperature, that is 20 degrees Celsius, over a specific time period for 5 days. It can vary depending on temperature, nutrient concentration, availability of enzymes in indigenous microbial population. The strength of wastewater is stated in terms of BOD level. High values means that a high level of organic content is present, whereas low value means that little oxidizable content is present. The BOD value is expressed in parts per million, that is ppm, of oxygen consumed by the effluent sample. The BOD can be used as a measure of the effectiveness of wastewater treatment plants. Chemical oxygen demand is determined within 3 hours by chemical oxidation of organic material using a mixture of chromic or sulfuric acid at high temperatures. Biological. A number of microorganisms and parasites are usually present in effluent water. Normally, effluent prior to entering the treatment plant will have 10⁵ to 10⁶ microbes per milliliter. Microorganisms come from two general sources, the soil and sanitary wastes in effluent. These sources contain large microbial population as a living part of organic content, and their primary function is decomposition of organic material under aerobic and anaerobic condition. Most commonly, following microorganisms exist and grow in effluent water: bacteria including Pseudomonas, Chromobacter, Flavobacterium, Juglia, E. coli, Salmonella, Vibrio, etc. Protozoa like Verticella, Cashium, Opercularium, and viruses, enteroviruses, rotaviruses, Norwalk agents, etc. Fungi, Fusarium, Trichosporon, Geotrichum, etc. Algae and cyanobacteria including Chlorella, Oscillatoria, Euglena, etc. Metazoa, arthropods and worms. Effluent treatment. An overview of disposal of effluent without adequate treatment may have objectionable situations. The wastewater from industries is collected by sewer systems to carry out the effluent to location for treatment and disposal. Industrial effluent contains various materials depending on the industry. Few effluents have oils and grease. Some contain toxic material include cyanide, heavy metals, etc. To design an appropriate effluent treatment plant, some parameters such as volume of discharged wastewater, physical, chemical and biological characteristics of effluent must be determined. In this slide, you can see generalized scheme of effluent treatment. It includes pre-treatment, primary treatment, that is chemical and physical, secondary treatment, which includes activated sludge, aerated lagoons, trickling filter, anaerobic lagoons, stabilization basin. Tertiary treatment includes ultrafiltration and reverse osmosis, carbon adsorption, ion exchange, sand filtration, denitrification, disinfection, includes chlorination, ozonation, and last ultimate disposal through receiving ultimate disposal. Pre-treatment, water conditioning and separation of oils from the wastewater receives at treatment plant is essential before it is subjected to physical or chemical means to remove impurities. Pre-treatment of influent is considered to be the preparation of wastewater for further treatment and purification using following steps. Screening. First step, it removes the largest solids like boxes, bottles, tires, cans, metals, etc. using screen bars. Flow equalization, it is hydraulic flow equalization. The hydraulic velocity or flow rate of entering effluent is carried out in flow equalization tank, which overcome the operational problem that arise from flow variations and improve the performance of treatment process at each stage. In this slide, you can also see a schematic diagram of mechanical screen bar. Oil and grease separation. Oil discharged from small scale industries can be separated from contaminated or open water surfaces through various skimming devices like API oil water separator, parallel plate separator and hydrocyclone oil separator. In this slide, you can also see a schematic illustration of a typical API oil water separator. In this slide, you can see schematic illustration of typical parallel plate separator, and you can also see in this slide you can also see a schematic illustration of a typical hydrocyclone oil separator. Primary treatment. When the effluent receives at treatment plant, it is first subjected to physical or mechanical means to remove solid impurities, floating solids, settling suspension, oils and fats. The effluent is passed through a series of filters of graded openings and then allowed to flow through sedimentation unit. Impurities are concentrated in and collected from sedimentation units called sludge. Primary treatment considered to be the preparation of effluent for further treatment and purification using following steps. Chemical process, it neutralizes the pH and removes the chemical impurities by chemical precipitation. Physical process, it removes smaller particulate material like paper and fecal matter by sedimentation and flotation. It is a unit setup used to remove solid or suspended particles in a shorter time from an effluent. In this slide, you can see a schematic illustration of chemical precipitation process, and you can also see a schematic drawing of air flotation system. Secondary treatment. It is also called biological treatment, where dissolved and suspended biological materials are removed by indigenous microbial decomposition in a managed environment. Biological treatment is carried out into two important phases, namely aerobic phase. It includes the digestion of sludge under oxygen by using trickling filters, activated sludge and oxidation lagoons. Second, anaerobic phase. It is represented by sludge digestion in absence of oxygen. At the end of secondary treatment process, microorganisms are required to be separated from the treated water before to discharge or tertiary treatment. During secondary, the BOD is reduced up to 90 to 95%. In this slide, you can see a schematic diagram of activated sludge process used in secondary treatment, and you can also see a schematic illustration of trickling filter. In this slide, you can see microbial interaction in an oxidation lagoon. Here you can see aerobic zone, facultative zone and anaerobic zone, where several kinds of microbial interaction takes place. Tertiary treatment. It is an advanced and final step of effluent treatment and is also called as chemical treatment. The main objective of tertiary treatment is to provide final treatment to further improve the effluent quality before it is released to ground, wetlands, sea, river, etc. Following steps are included in tertiary treatment. Filtration removes fine impurities using granular media filters and carbon adsorption that are later incinerated or used as landfill or fertilizer. Membrane separation, to remove very fine particles from wastewater using ultrafiltration and reverse osmosis technologies. Removal of nutrients, removal of nitrogen and phosphorus using chemical or biological methods. In this slide you can see schematic illustration of granular media filter, and in this slide you can see schematic illustration of ultrafiltration process and reverse osmosis process. Disinfection and odor control. Disinfection, the most widely used disinfectant include chlorine, UV light and ozone. These disinfectants can kill microorganisms. During effluent treatment operations, odors are normally emitted by the anaerobic breakdown of organic materials containing nitrogen and sulfur. The most odor causing compounds are inorganic acids, that includes H2S, mercaptons, organic sulfide, polysulfides, thiophene, etc., and other compounds like organic acid, phenol and paracrisol. Treatment methods used in odor control include activated carbon reactors, ozone contactors, soil or compost filters, wet scrubbers most widely used and capable to remove 90% of gases. Sludge processing and disposal. Sludge generated during various effluent treatment processes must be treated and disposed of in a safe and effective way. The sludge treatment varied according to the amount of solid produced and effluent treatment site specific conditions. The most common treatment options are sludge digestion by aerobic and anaerobic method, composting, incineration. In this slide you can also see a schematic drawing of anaerobic digestion process. In this slide you can see a schematic illustration of sludge drying process. Let us summarize. Effluent treatment is a process of removing physical, chemical and biological contaminants from wastewater. Effluent treatment consists of 4 stages: pre-treatment, where water condition and separation of oils is performed; primary treatment, pH adjustment, physical removal of coarse solids, about 30% removal of BOD and 60% removal of total suspended solids achieved in this step. Secondary treatment, it includes decomposition and reduction of organic content as well as total dissolved solid, total suspended solid ranging from 25 to 30 ppm by biological activities and reduction in BOD levels and TSS not less than 85%, pH between 6 and 9, and in tertiary treatment it includes advanced treatment, removal of BOD and TSS to less than 9 ppm or removal of over 95% of BOD and TSS. Disinfected and clarified wastewater is discharged into nearby natural water bodies. Sometimes treated water may be used for drinking purposes by using recent advanced treatment technologies that includes membrane filtration, ultrafiltration and reverse osmosis technologies. Sludge may be used in crop field as fertilizer or incinerated landfill if contains toxic chemicals. Thank you.